What's up, and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days. This is season 3, episode 2, and the title of this episode is Pack Your Bags. Starting off with Avery. So Avery is going to Lebanon in 2 days. Before she flies out, she decides to meet with her friends to clear the air. Her friends say before Avery was very reckless and did a lot of crazy things prior to becoming a Muslim. Now, since then, her moving to Syria or Lebanon, wherever this girl's going, is the most reckless. Rachel says, which is her friend, what if you get there and he's mean and different from what you thought? Will you still marry him? Avery doesn't answer, but is more worried about Omar holding her past against her. Let's move on to Caesar. So Caesar has done research and found out that there are no issues in Ukraine. He calls Maria and she is very short and dry with him. She doesn't even want to book the ticket. And to me, it's clear that she had no intentions on doing so. With that $2,000 he sent her, she's not trying to book that ticket because she wanted that money to do what she wanted to do with it, not to meet him in Mexico. When Caesar wants to know is she going to book her ticket, she responds saying, I'll see. I mean, it's just very short and dry. Like, who wants to be with a person who is not excited to see them, who is very short and dry after you've sent them $2,000 for a free vacation? They're very mean. They're making up excuses. Someone who is scamming you. And this girl is working him, okay? So in spite of Maria being short and dry on the phone, Caesar is so happy. He has the biggest smile on his face. Let's move on to Angela. Now, Angela and Michael are back this season. And to me, just for entertainment purposes, I'm really happy they're back because I just get a kick out of watching these two. So Angela, if you guys don't know, Angela is 53 years old and I believe Michael is 29 years old. Now, Angela's from Georgia and Michael is from Nigeria. Angela says when she got back to America, Michael messed up again by calling her an elder, but since the reunion, they made up. She applied for the K1 visa for Michael as soon as she got back home. Angela's going back to Nigeria one last time. She tells her friend that social media is still a problem within their relationship, but she believes things will change. Angela and her friend go looking at a venue. After she goes to Nigeria, when her and Michael come back, she plans to get married. So again, Angela and her friend, they go looking at wedding venues. The venue coordinator said some slick things out of his mouth, telling Angela that she wanted a fairy tale wedding on $100 budget. Angela doesn't even have a date because she is still waiting on the K1 visa to be approved. Let's move on to Rebecca. So Rebecca goes into this whole long detailed explanation as to why she's shopping for lingerie. Rebecca tells her daughter she plans to be intimate with Zied the first day she meets him. In Tunisia, if you're not married, you can't sleep in the same bed. So Rebecca says that she respects his culture, but at her age, she doesn't want to take things slow. While trying on lingerie, Rebecca gets very emotional, saying that she is terrified that things won't go well, that they're gonna end bad. And this is my thing. You're worried about if he's gonna like how you look. To me, the most important thing to me is my health and my body. The fact that you've never met him and you're just so willing to sleep with somebody that you never met, that's the scary thing right there. That's what you really should be worried about, making sure you don't catch nothing. Wow. So her priorities at that age, that's why she's single, because she's foolish. That should be your first thought of being safe. But she's thinking about more or less kissing him and touching him and being intimate. And that's terrible. That is just terrible in my opinion. Let's move on to Darcey. So in less than a week, Darcey goes to see Tom. Darcey goes out with a friend and her twin for a girls' night out. Once again, Darcey talks about Jessie. I just don't understand if she's moved on. Her friend advises her not to talk about proposal with Tom because they haven't even met before. Darcey gets a little snappy, saying that Tom is perfect. She then decides to FaceTime Tom to prove a point, and this ends up backfiring in her face because her friend then jumps in the FaceTime call and says that Tom is hot and better looking than Jesse. Her friend then proceeds to say, will Darcey and Tom be intimate their first time meeting? Which I felt was very disrespectful. That's none of your business. And Tom, he then begins flirting with the friend, saying things like, would you be intimate with me if it was your first time meeting me? And she's like, yeah. This is the friend saying this to Tom right in front of Darcey's face. So Tom then wants to see Darcey's friend's cleavage, and the friend shows him, all while Darcey is just sitting there looking stupid and allowed that mess. I think they were all tipsy, but still, I was blown away by the disrespect that took place right there. Very disrespectful. Let's move on to Timothy. So Timothy leaves in a few days, and Veronica, his ex-fiance, throws him a going away party. All his friends and family go in with the questions. When Timothy shows them a video of Jennifer, he chooses the one of Jennifer showing off her body. I think it's more about her looks than who she is as a person for Timothy, to be honest. The fact that she looks a certain way and the fact that he's not that great looking and he can pull somebody like that, I think that's really what more of it is, showing her off as a trophy of like, hey, look what I got, but not who she is as a person, which is the wrong reason to be with somebody. Now, you remember when Jennifer told him that she wants him to check in every second. Somehow, Timothy's ex-fiance convinces him to take a selfie with her sitting on his lap in the see-through top and to send it to Jennifer. When he sends the picture, he already knows it's not a good idea, but he does it, and she responds back, whatever. So he knows right then and there she's very mad about seeing what she saw. So Veronica says that Jennifer deserves to know what she's signing up for. So the whole time I'm thinking this is some sister wives type mess, because something just doesn't seem right with the dynamic of their relationship. He claims she's his best friend, but I think something else is going on. Veronica and Timothy must be still sleeping together. You guys comment down below. Let me know if you picked up on that and what you think. Let's go back to Rebecca. So Rebecca flies to Tunisia for 20 days and is nervous because she hasn't been honest about two things. How she looks, because every photo she has sent has been with a filter. And the second thing she hasn't been honest about is that she is still legally married. Her son and his wife picks up Rebecca to take her to the airport. On the way there, she is calling Ziad and he doesn't answer. She cannot get a hold of him. So even knowing that, you still proceed to get on a flight, not knowing what you're going to get when you get there. Very foolish. Let's move on to Avery. So with Avery, did any of you catch Avery wash her face with just water, even though there was clearly some clean and clear sitting there on that countertop? She just threw water on her face. She had makeup on, so she threw water on top of her makeup and then patted her face dry with her jean jacket. How nasty. Now, I know, come on y'all, that was nasty. Comment down below. So Avery's mother calls her in the room and wants her daughter to wear her wedding dress. She wants to pass that down, wants it to be a tradition. Avery declines because she says that she wants to wear a Muslim wedding gown. Her mom wants her daughter to wear what she's comfortable in and not what Omar wants. Let's move on to Darcey. So Darcey feels like the flirting was too much between her friend and Tom. Darcey says that she even told Tom that she didn't like it, and his response was, he can talk and text whoever he wants. There's your answer, Darcey. Darcey, there's your answer. If you were ever looking for a red flag, if just by chance you're searching for one, that's your red flag. But as expected, she ignores a pretty huge sign. You have a man that you are talking to and it's supposed to be exclusive. You're talking about marriage. He's sending you a ring, and you expressed to him that you didn't appreciate him being flirty with another woman. And his response to you is he can text who he wants. He could talk to whoever he wants. That lets you know it's not all about you, sweetie, that he's entertaining some other women. So once again, Darcey mentions Jesse and says that he called her at 3 a.m, but she didn't answer. From the looks of it, they have been in communication because there was a series of back and forth text messages on her phone. When she pulled up her text messages from him, or that she was trying to show that there was a missed call from him at 3 a.m, but it really revealed all of the other texts. And it was like a series of things saying like, you hurt me. No, you hurt me. I gave it my all. I really loved you. All of this back and forth stuff that should have been done with by now was on her phone. And I saw that because I played that thing back and then put the pause on it real quick. So, they've been staying in communication. So, this is just a bunch of mess. Darcey is entering into another situation that she shouldn't be entering into. She should have definitely learned her lesson and seen the effect that it had on herself and her children, and be more of an example, set more of an example, being that she does have 2 beautiful girls, and these girls are they're smarter than their mom, and that's pretty sad. The mother should have the wisdom. The children should be young and make mistakes and do dumb things, while the mother should already be there. But she's just so desperate for love and to be loved. Nothing wrong with wanting to be loved and wanting to be in love, but at the same token, you have to be smart, and you just can't be making reckless decisions and choices with your life because of that desire. You have to be very, very careful. When it's meant to happen, it will happen. I wish somebody would preach to this girl. I wish somebody would let her know, because this is not the way. Definitely not the way. Maybe, hey, because they bought that new beautiful house, they're making up this storyline, and she's continuing to use Jesse because she knows people are going to maybe want to hear about it, but she's at the end of the day trying to collect a check. So I don't know. Comment down below your thoughts on Darcey. Moving on to Rebecca. So Rebecca has landed in Tunisia and still hasn't heard from Zied. She says that she'll be devastated if he doesn't show up. So 24 hours earlier, they show Zied. He has a breakfast with his family, and they make sure their son knows to stay in separate rooms. His father says that he's more concerned about Rebecca's morals than her age. Zied leaves to hang out with his friends in the tightest pants that I've ever seen anyone wear. It was like stocking tight. You put a pair of stockings on, a pair of leotards on, that I'm surprised that the dude could even move in them. It was a hot mess. Comment down below if you thought that was hilarious, because I was like, I've seen men wear skinny jeans, but that was skin tight, like tight. I couldn't believe it. It threw me for a loop. Let's go back to Caesar. So Caesar goes to pick out an engagement ring with his close friend. Caesar says that he has a $200 budget. His friend says, is he sure that Maria isn't using him and others for money? Caesar is very confident in telling his friend that him and Maria have a connection. His friend says to the sales associate, what's your return policy? I hope you got a good one. Because basically he's like, you getting played, buddy, and you're gonna need this return policy so you can get your $200 back. So the sales associate says that she has a feeling that she'll be seeing Caesar again, but she hopes she's proven wrong. When she said that, you could tell almost like she wanted to tear up. She felt really bad because I think everybody knows that this man is being scammed. When Caesar held up a picture to her, she was like, wow, she's so beautiful. And it's clear that a woman like that is out of his league. Come on. And it's clear that you're sending her all this money, $800 a month, while you're struggling and you haven't even paid your rent. It's clear you're being used. Now, a lot of you were in my comment section on episode 1 telling me that Caesar's storyline is fake. So you guys comment down more in detail how you found out this information about Caesar's storyline being fake. I mean, if this storyline isn't real, he's got to be an actor, because he really pulled those tears out, and he made me feel sorry for him. But at the same token, it's just like, you're foolish because you're putting yourself through this, because you should clearly be able to see that this isn't real, that you're being played. Let's go back to Timothy. So it's time for Timothy to fly out to Colombia to meet Jennifer. And he's taking the ring with him that once belonged to his ex-fiance. I wish a man would give me a ring that he gave to another woman before me. Oh no, pawn it and give me a new ring. Don't give me somebody else's leftovers that didn't work out. You ain't that cheap. You riding around in Porsches and your business is thriving. You could have got that girl a new ring if you wanted to propose to her, not give me a ring that's attached to other memories with another woman. Are you kidding me? Comment down below and let me know what you thought about that. So like I said, he's gonna give her that same ring and is hoping by the end of the trip that he'll be engaged. He adds that he's excited and nervous because Jennifer was upset about the photo that he sent her. So his plan is to shower her with gifts and clothes from Fashion Nova. Yeah, I saw the tags. It was all Fashion Nova, because he feels that he needs to do that in order to get her back. All this materialistic stuff, because she's clearly materialistic and loves using him for things. So Veronica in the next scene drives Timothy to the airport. Timothy says that she is his best friend, and if something were to happen to him, she would be the first person he'd call. He says that he knows it's strange, but it just works. When Timothy tells Veronica that he rented a 2-bedroom apartment so that they could get alone time as a family, Veronica responds, "Family? Really? You have a family. It's me and Chloe." Timothy says there's something about his past that he needs to come clean about to Jennifer, and he doesn't know if she'll look at him the same. Let's go back to Angela. So Angela goes to lunch with her daughter, and her daughter believes Michael is using her mother to get to America. She tells her daughter that Michael wants to have a baby, and then says, can she have one of her daughter's eggs? Her daughter says that she might carry the baby for her mom. Might. And she made sure to reiterate that. Might. Well, at first she said no, but eventually agreed, which would be saying I might. Her daughter says that if her mother doesn't trust Michael, she shouldn't be thinking of having kids with him. Let's go back to Rebecca. So Rebecca sees Zied. Finally sees him. She's searching all over in the airport and finally sees Zied. He says that Rebecca is so beautiful and so perfect, but not like the picture. This dude went as far as to wearing her filtered Rebecca on his t-shirt. He had her filtered picture on his t-shirt. So she was really embarrassed and felt awkward because she knows she's been catfishing him. He repeated that she didn't look like the picture, but was so beautiful, so perfect, like multiple times. So Rebecca ends up having to rent a car when it's time to leave the airport because Zied doesn't have one. He told her that she wouldn't have to worry about anything, but switched up when she got there. Let's go back to Darcey. So Darcey will be gone for 3 weeks, and while she's in Europe, Darcey's mom will be watching her girls. The girls want her to take things slow. Darcey says that she is nervous and admits that she moved too fast with Jesse. Darcey says that she's a different person. Now, this girl brought so much luggage. I think I counted a total of 4. And we all know production won't be helping her tote her stuff. Darcey is just doing the most. So let's go back to Avery. Avery's little brother Ethan says that his sister doesn't know what she's doing. Her grandmother starts crying because she doesn't want them to go, and she even wanted to go with them. When Avery goes to check in her bag, she notices that she doesn't have her phone. She tells her mom to call the phone so they could try to see where it's at. They even go as far as to having the grandmother turn back around to see if she left it in the car. Still nothing in the car. Her mother tells her that she's not getting on the flight with her unless she finds her phone. Avery says that if her mother makes her miss her flight, she'll never forgive her. Now, it almost made me think, did her mama hide that phone in hopes of stopping her from going? If so, great plan, mom, but it probably won't work because that's how desperate Avery is to get to Omar. So I need to hear your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. This was season 3, episode 2. Again, the title of this episode was Pack Your Bags. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. Subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I look forward to talking to you in the comment section down below. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.